done a lot of work on it over there. The bill actually passed unanimously in the Senate, and I'll just go through each section briefly, Mr. Chair, at your discretion. Section 1 is requested by the State Capitol Police. It would allow the State Capitol Police to provide security on any state property. It wouldn't have to just be in Wake County. Section 2 is a request from the Highway Patrol that's clarifying language on a highway transportation issue. Section 3, another request from the Highway Patrol, would change the National Missing and Unidentified Person System, the NAMA system, to where you would have 90 days to enter a person in it versus 30. Section 4, also a request by the Highway Patrol, would expand individuals who can be included in a silver alert. Section 5, a request from the National Guard, allows access to unredacted law enforcement and medical examination records to assist in military investigations and court martials. Law enforcement associations and the DA's conference of DAs all worked on the final language of this section. Everybody's happy with that, it appears. Section 6, another request from National Guard, ensures that the National Guard maintains the authority to convene and prosecute state courts martial for sexual assault perpetrated by one of its members. Section 7, a request from the National Guard, ensures that any service member sentenced for confinement by a state court martial for sexually violent offense or offense against a minor would be able to be put on the sex offense registry. And Section 8 would give Samarkand Training Academy the authority to adopt a fee structure for room and board. This is really so we can charge folks that come from out of state for training. Mr. Chair, that's a brief description. Be glad to take any questions.
Thank you for that very thorough presentation. Do we have any questions or comments by any member of the committee? Representative Harrison, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Representative Smith, for your explanation. And I apologize. I think I was distracted when you described where Section 2 came from regarding wood residue. If I could ask you about that, because I had a question about it.
Representative Smith, you're recognized.
I just want to be sure I may send that off. Section 2, the highway transportation issue, the wood. Yeah, maybe staff could do that.
Okay. Brian, Mr. Gwynn, you're recognized.
Brian Gwynn, Legislative Analysis. I think somebody from the Department of Public Safety may be here. I might defer that question to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Susanna Davis with the Department of Public Safety. It comes from the Highway Patrol. There have been some need for clarification on the definition for wood residual just in the field. And so this was a compromise between the Highway Patrol and the industry.
Does that answer your question?
No, sir. May I
Would you like to follow up?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're recognized.
Thank you. The industry being the wood timber industry.
Yes, ma'am.
If I could just follow up with that, are we establishing a new definition, or is this an expanded definition of what is currently classified as wood residual?
It's a clarifying definition. I don't know that there is a set definition currently.
Follow up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the entire section is underlined.
Yes, ma'am.
And I guess my concern is, there's been a lot of controversy about wood pellets, and I have some concerns about the implications of this in terms of how it's applied. Is it specific to weight bearing only?
Yes, ma'am. That's my understanding. It had to do with some disagreements upon weight, because that's what the Highway Patrol regulates, is the weight of the trucks on the highways.
Last follow-up. I'm sorry.
Last follow-up. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to be sure, because this is such a controversial issue. So it expands the definition of what's included in wood residual, which is already classified in terms of weight restrictions in our statutes.
Yes, ma'am. And I have no opposition to this provision.
There may be. Thank you.
Well, I'd be happy to
Okay, thank you.
work on that if there is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, thank you for those questions and the explanation. Any other question or comments by any member of the committee? Representative Alston, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On Section 3, which I think is the change for the NAMUS registry or NAMUS reporting, I think you described it as an expansion or like a kind of expanding that. But it looks to me that the threshold for reporting is moved from 30 to 90 days. I just wanted to clarify if that's the case or not, and if so, why?
Reason why?
Yeah.
Could, Ms. Davis, could you please respond to that? And you're recognized. Just state your name again for the record, please.
Okay, I'll get it real close. Susanna Davis, Department of Public Safety. So NamUs is not the initial missing persons service that law enforcement uses. This is mainly for unidentified remains. Law enforcement may still use. Thank you.
You broke the microphone?
I did, I'm sorry. Law enforcement may still put information into NamUs. NamUs is more of for unidentified remains, people missing for a long time. They may still use NamUs up to the 90 days, but this is just to encourage law enforcement to use it more often than they do now. Because 30 days isn't for long-term missing persons.
Did you have a follow-up? Are you okay? Okay. Any other questions or comments by any member of the committee? Representative Jones, you don't have any questions or? Okay, well, thank you. Okay, well, I appreciate that. Representative Potts, you're recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'll be quick before Representative Jones comes up with one. I move for a favorable report to Senate Bill 171 with a serial refers to rules, calendar, and operation of the House.
Thank you for that motion. Any discussion before we vote? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Receive a favorable report.
Thank you, member.